Hey sis, hey. My name is Abaya Jones. If you're new here, I am a wife, a mother, a grandmother, and a keeper of the commandments of Yah. I wanted to talk to you all today a little bit about prayer. So often I hear sisters being encouraged to fast and pray for different situations. But they're never told how to pray or what that looks like. So I wanted to give a little insight on that. Um, you know, it's not about just what you say, um, but how you approach the Most High as his as a Hebrew Israelite wife. In the quiet of the morning, in the hush of the night, your prayer becomes our lifeline. It is how we intercede, how we release, how we war in the spirit, even when no one's watching. So I do want to encourage you, if you don't already have a prayer life, to start one. It is so important, especially as a wife, in this walk. As far as, how to pray, before the words even come, you want to, come to Yah with a heart of humility. The Most High is not impressed with fancy words or long speeches. He just wants your honesty, your surrender, and your praise. Ecclesiasticus 35 and 16 in the Apocrypha tells us, he that serveth the Lord shall be accepted with favor, and his prayer shall reach unto the heavens. So be encouraged that your prayers, um, they reach the heavens, even when, you know, no one knows what's going on, or even like the ones that are whispered with tears. So I want to encourage you, you want to come before the Most High with a humble spirit. He's not impressed with anything else. You know, um, your heart has to be pure. You know, if you're in the midst of sin, work on that first. Um, and that's not to say that, we don't sin. Everyone sins. But I'm talking about being in the midst of sin, with it being perpetual. Um, Work on that first. And then come to Yah with a spirit of humility so that he can hear your prayers. And then as far as what to pray for, pray for wisdom, like our mother Sarah, our foremother Sarah. Pray for peace, like Hannah, who poured out her soul to the Most High. Pray for patience and strength, and for a spirit of submission. Pray for your husband, that he grows in righteousness, in leadership, in favor with the Most High. And pray for your children, that their hearts remain soft and obedient. You want to cover your home in prayer, from the doorpost to the kitchen table. There is no part that's too small for Yah to enter. But we do have to know what to pray for. I've often seen sisters say, well, I've prayed and prayed and prayed, but the situation is not changing. You know, that is most likely because you're not praying for the right things. You want to pray for his will to be done, and that is actually biblical. That's what our Messiah told us. Just pray for his will to be done in your life, because at the end of the day, that is what is perfect. We don't know what we should be praying for. Um, you know, so at the end of the day, it's his will that you should want to be done, not our will, not whatever it is that you think should happen or be going on. Pray for his will to be done, you know. And even when you have those moments where you don't even know what to say, um, you just sit in silence with no words. That's okay. I want you to know, sis, that that's okay. Romans 8 and 26 tells us that the Spirit itself makes intercessions for us with groanings which cannot be uttered. So just show up. Just show up. The Most High already knows. He knows us. He knows the number of hairs on our head. He knows us. So if those times when you can't find the words to say, just show up. Show up in a spirit of humility, and the Spirit will intervene on our behalf, you know. So I want to just encourage you, um, if you don't already have a prayer life, to start one, you know. And if you've been praying and it hasn't been, you feel like your prayers aren't being answered, um, start to pray in the right way. His will be done. The Most High's will be done. At the end of the day, that is what is perfect. That is what we need. That is what is perfect for our lives. Whatever it is that He sees fit. Um, and if it doesn't line up with what we believe, our lives should be, oh well, endure. Um, because at the end of the day, His will is what needs to be done. That is what is perfect, So, all right, daughter of Zion, let me encourage you. Don't neglect your power. A praying wife, is a mighty weapon in the hands of the Most High. Keep praying, keep believing, keep trusting Yah. Your words matter and your voice is heard when we are praying in the right way and coming to Him in a spirit of humility. So, shalom to you. May your home be filled with His presence, you know. And if you are not already subscribed to the channel, do me a favor. Go ahead and subscribe and click the notification bell and go ahead and comment. Make a comment for me. It helps the algorithm and it helps more people see, my videos. If this is some content that you think some other sisters can benefit from, go ahead and share it with them. I would appreciate that. I will see you in the next video. Shalom.